It was 2:17 a.m. when the doorbell rang. Not at a house. At Fire Station 12, the one tucked between two faded warehouses, with its chipped red paint and flickering motion sensor light, where the hum of old vending machines echoed louder than the sirens after midnight. Inside, firefighter Jenna sat alone at the table, halfway through a stale cup of station coffee, the kind that tasted like burnt rubber and regret. The others were either asleep or pretending to be, stretched out on worn recliners and faded cots. The rain tapped steadily on the metal roof above. Then came the chime. Sharp. Clear. Out of place. Jenna blinked, set the mug down, and walked to the door. At first, she thought there was no one. Just empty pavement, glowing wet under the streetlight. But then she looked down. A blanket. Small. Tightly wrapped. It moved. Her breath caught. She knelt. Inside, barely visible beneath folds of soft blue fabric, was a baby, tiny, pale, and astonishingly quiet. He didn't cry. He didn't flinch. He just stared up at her with wide, deep eyes, like he'd already seen too much for someone so new. Taped gently to the top of the blanket was a folded note. But Jenna didn't open it. Not yet. She was already reaching for her radio. Her voice was steady, clear, professional. But her heart had already cracked wide open. By sunrise, Fire Station 12 had changed. In the corner of the rec room, where old gym equipment used to collect dust, Jenna had cleared space. A box of folded towels became a makeshift bassinet. A firefighter's jacket became a blanket. A helmet bag turned into a diaper caddy. The men, rugged and red-eyed from the long night, moved with surprising gentleness. The baby, they called him Little Guy for now, was fed, cleaned, and warm. And finally, asleep. It was only then that Jenna sat down with the note. She unfolded it slowly, hands trembling. It was scrawled on the back of a faded Walgreens receipt, ink smudged by tears. I'm not a bad person. I just don't know how to be a good mother. He deserves more than I can give. Please call him Milo. That's what I whispered to him every night. Jenna didn't cry right away. Not at first. But something inside her shifted, like a gear clicking into place. Like this child, this moment, was meant for her. She clutched the note to her chest and sat down. Not like a firefighter, but like a woman who had just touched the deepest, rawest part of someone else's pain and didn't know how to let go. 2 weeks passed. And in that time, Milo became more than just a baby at the station. He became the heartbeat. Tough men, the kind who'd once stormed into burning buildings with nothing but grit and faith, now fought over who got to hold him during lunch breaks. Diaper changes turned into competitions. Bedtime lullabies came from gravel voices that had never sung before. And Jenna started keeping a journal. Every coo, every yawn, every hiccup, written down. Just in case, she'd whisper as she scribbled. Just in case someone comes back. Then, one rainy afternoon, someone did. She was barely 19. Hoodie soaked. Hair matted to her forehead. Eyes swollen from crying. She didn't knock. She just stood outside the firehouse, arms crossed over her chest like a shield. Jenna opened the door. The girl didn't ask for Milo. She asked for forgiveness. I left him because I thought it was the only good thing I could do, she said, her voice breaking. I thought walking away was strong. But I haven't slept. I haven't breathed right since. Jenna didn't speak. She just went to the journal. She handed it over. Page after page. Proof that Milo had been held, loved, cherished. The girl read slowly, tears falling onto the ink. I thought leaving meant I loved him, she whispered. But maybe staying is harder. Jenna reached out, gently touched her hand. Real strength, she said softly, is coming back. That day, they didn't call child services. They didn't need to. Instead, Jenna led the girl, no longer just a stranger, but a mother, through the quiet back hallway of Station 12. They entered the rec room. Milo was there, curled up in the donated crib, holding onto a plush fire truck with both hands. He saw her and smiled. She dropped to her knees. Not from guilt, but from the weight of redemption. She didn't ask to take him back. Not yet. Instead, she began to visit. Once a week. Then twice. Then more. She helped bathe him, feed him, read to him. She learned. She healed. And when 6 months passed, when the firehouse knew her name, when the firefighters had become her teachers and her family, she was ready. Jenna stood beside her that day as she signed the papers. Milo was going home. But it wasn't just a return. It was a rebirth. Because he wasn't just leaving a station. He was leaving behind a family that had shown his mother what love looked like. When she had forgotten. Because sometimes, the bravest thing a mother can do is come back for her child.